Listen, beloved, and do not let your heart turn away, because I am speaking to you now with clarity that pierces through confusion and cuts away every disguise. I have watched the rooms where your name is mentioned, the screens where messages are typed, the whispers that ride on late-night calls and the quiet nods across tables where light is dim and motives are hidden. I have seen the smile that sits on a face you cherish, the familiar voice that says the right phrases, the hand that seems to steady you while, beneath the table, another hand signs a deal against you. Do not skip this. Do not scroll past this. I am the one who knows the contours of your trust and the scars you keep beneath your clothing. I am uncovering what has been stitched shut with secrecy, and I am doing it now because time is too precious to be spent feeding a snake that pretends to be your rope. You have carried this person in your prayers, in your plans, in your future. You have excused their delays, covered their errors, forgiven their sharp tones, and told yourself, they are stressed, they are trying, they are learning. I have counted those moments, and I have honored your patience, because patience looks like me. But I also see the ledger they keep in a hidden place, where they track what they believe they can take from you without you noticing. I see the message thread with a contact saved under a harmless name, where they map the timing of their move. I see the document drafted and revised, the version history that tells the truth no one else will say aloud. Do not be afraid. I am the God who exposes plans crafted in the dark and turns them into a stage for your vindication. This is not to break you, it is to unbreak you. It is not to humiliate you, it is to remove the humiliation you have been enduring privately. You have felt the subtle rearranging of the air when they walk into the room, you have felt the chill of avoidance when you enter a conversation, you have caught fragments of sentences. Your spirit has been waving a flag that your mind tried to fold and hide in a drawer labeled loyalty. I am not asking you to become suspicious of everyone, I am teaching you to become discerning with me. Discernment is love with eyes open. Discernment is mercy with a backbone. Discernment is kindness that refuses to co-sign its own betrayal. I am not telling you this to push you into rage, I am drawing you into authority. Rage rises and burns out, authority stands steady and makes decrees that cannot be revoked. In the silence of the early hours, I have been whispering adjustments to your next steps. I have been positioning provisions that will meet you the moment you decide to release what is compromising you. You said to me, if there is something I'm missing, show me. I am answering you now. The person you trust has been making a deal behind your back, yes, a deal that spends the currency of your reputation, a deal that spends the hours of your labor without asking, a deal that spends the access you gave them as if it were their inheritance. They have framed it as opportunity for themselves, but the terms are built with bricks taken from your house. Do not be startled by the speed of what I am about to do. Their shocking plan is about to collide with my intervention. I will let a detail slip where they can't hide it, I will let a message arrive on the wrong thread, I will cause a conversation to be overheard by someone who honors truth, I will shine light into a gap in their confidence so that what they tried to seal bursts open. Not because I delight in exposure for spectacle's sake, but because I delight in truth that liberates. You have asked for freedom. Freedom requires clean air. I am opening the windows. Prepare your heart to act without theatrics. You will not need to break your voice or throw your piece to the ground. You will speak plainly, and your words will sit in the room like a key in a locked door. You will ask for what is yours. You will set boundaries that fit the size of your calling. You will no longer negotiate the price of your dignity for the comfort of the one who bargains with your future. I am with you in this. I am placing courage down your spine and clarity in your mouth. You will feel me near when you take the first step. You will see me move when you say the first no. Do not rehearse their defense for them in your mind. Do not write their apology and then hold them to it. Let truth stand on its own feet. If they choose repentance, then let the fruit prove the word. If they choose a softer lie, then let your discernment stay firm. You are not obligated to be loyal to a version of them that refuses to exist. You are obligated, instead, to be loyal to the purpose I seated inside you, the purpose that will feed many, the purpose that requires sturdy agreements, clear contracts, faithful friendships, and honest hands. I have already arranged support for the hour you dread. There are names you have not considered who will say, I see you, and I stand with you. There are doors that looked sealed until now, and I am loosening bolts in the background. The resources that seemed siphoned will be replenished and multiplied, because I do not only restore what was taken, I make the theft pay interest. Where they tried to borrow your shine to light their private shortcut, I am turning and placing a fresh lamp at your feet that will not burn out when the wind changes. Do not poison your own well with bitterness. Bitterness is a slow famine that starves the one who carries it. Hand me the ache and the embarrassment. Hand me the reel of memories where they promised and didn't deliver. Hand me the time you lost, the drafts you rewrote, the meetings you rearranged, the energy you spent explaining what should have been understood. I am not naive to how this hurts you. I am the one who bottled your tears before they fell. I will give you an exchange, your ache for my wisdom, your exhaustion for my strategy, your shaking for my steadiness. Take my steadiness now, let it settle into your bones. Some will say, be careful, you will make enemies. Hear me, truth does not create enemies, it reveals them. Peace at any price is not peace, it is a silent surrender of your destiny. I am not asking you to become harsh, I am calling you to become precise. You can be gentle and still be clear. You can be loving and still say, no more. You can be gracious and still require alignment. The future I am building with you cannot be framed with warped beams. I pull them out now, before you raise another floor that would sag under a weight they were never meant to bear. You will notice little signs in the next stretch of days. You will notice that your mind is sharper when you think without them in your plans. You will notice that certain delays evaporate. You will notice that emails you were waiting for arrive. You will notice a creative flood returning, ideas stepping forward like guests who were waiting outside because the table was kept by the wrong host. Welcome what returns to you. Welcome your own focus. Welcome the sound of your yes when it is clean, and your no when it is clean. Clean yes, clean no, let these be your rhythm while I do the lifting nobody sees. I speak also to the fear that says, what if I am wrong? Child, I am not placing you on a thin rope stretched over disaster, I am setting you on a path with railings. Walk with me. Test every spirit. Weigh every word. Ask for confirmation, and pay attention when it arrives. It may be a slip of tone, a hesitation where there should be clarity, a sudden change of story when you ask for specifics. It may be a third party who repeats to you, without knowing why, the exact detail you needed. I know how to answer you so you understand. Your steps will not be guesswork, they will be guided. Now hear this promise and hold it, the plan against you will become a plan for you. What they assembled to corner you will instead corner their falsehood. What they borrowed in your name will be cancelled and returned. What they tried to rename will be called by its true name and attached back to you. I will not let your harvest be rebranded by the one who did not sow it. I will not let the field you cleared be fenced off from your own feet. I am the God who brings recompense in his hands, and I am the God who transforms a would-be trap into a testimony that empowers others to refuse the same snare. Guard your time now like it is treasure, because it is. Guard your mornings. Guard your evenings. Guard the first decision of the day, because the first decision is a gatekeeper for the rest. Bring me your list and let me reorder it. You will feel the relief of placing the heavy task first and finishing it with strength. You will feel the victory of doing the small faithful action each day that compounds into a fortress. I am teaching you to build in a way that cannot be bought out by flattery or eroded by gossip. Foundations, not fireworks. Substance, not spectacle. There is one more thing I want you to understand. Mercy for the deceiver does not mean permission to deceive you again. Mercy releases them from your vengeance. Wisdom releases them from your proximity. Let me decide the distance. Let me choose the tone. You can step back without cursing. You can protect what I have given you without announcing it to the crowd. You can forgive and still forget their access code. I am healing the part of you that equated love with endurance of harm. I endured the cross so you would not have to endure a counterfeit covenant. When the reveal happens, and it will, do not let it define you, let it refine you. You are more than the betrayal you survived. You are more than the loyalty you gave that wasn't matched. You are more than the moment you will remember as the day the mask fell. You are who I say you are, entrusted, anointed, prepared, resilient, luminous with a hope that does not humiliate. You will not walk into the next room timidly. You will enter as one who has learned to keep their oil, to trim their lamp, to keep watch without paranoia, to rest without neglect. I am setting watchmen around your work, people with clean eyes and steady hands. Some you already know, some you are about to meet. Their counsel will not flatter you, it will fortify you. Their presence will not compete with you, it will complete what needs completing. You will not be alone in the fold of decisions where technical details and spiritual discernment meet. I am giving you both, and I am teaching you to honor both, so that no small print will swallow what I said in big letters over your life. Take a deep breath now, because I am breathing with you. Release the image of how you thought this would unfold, and receive the strength to move with how I am unfolding it. Do not try to skip this. Do not try to return to yesterday's arrangement because it is familiar. Familiar is not the same as faithful. Let me define faithful for you again. Faithful is alignment with truth even when truth rearranges your comfort. Choose truth. Choose alignment. Choose the future I am laying in front of you. You will sleep differently after you obey me. You will wake up and notice that the weight on your chest has lifted. You will handle what remains without the tremor of dread. I will show you, step by step, how to separate what is yours from what was tethered to you unlawfully. Contracts will be corrected. Accounts will be reconciled. Narratives will be rewritten by facts that arrive with timestamps even your critics cannot dismiss. And when the story is told, it will not be told with venom, it will be told with wisdom that saves others from falling into the same net. I bless your boundaries. I bless your discernment. I bless your courage to say yes where you are called and no where you are not. I bless your mouth to speak life into your own name. I bless your eyes to see clearly through charm and to recognize humility in unlikely places. I bless your feet to step away from staged loyalty and into authentic alliance. I bless your hands to gather the pieces of your focus and shape them into what I showed you when you first said you would obey me. Stand up inside yourself now. Straighten your shoulders. Breathe. The person you trust has been making a deal behind your back, but their shocking plan is about to meet my justice and your clarity. You are not late. You are not foolish for having loved. You are not weak for having hoped. You are learning. You are strengthening. You are graduating into a season where your spirit will not be talked over and your future will not be negotiated by those who do not carry its cost. I am with you in the room, and I will be with you when the room changes. I am here in this sentence, and I will be there in the moment you act. Keep moving with me. Keep listening. Keep choosing truth. Do not try to skip this, let it complete its work in you. And when it does, you will look back and see that what was meant to undercut you became the wind that lifted you, and what was meant to silence you became the reason your voice rings like a bell that cannot be unheard. I am speaking to you now because I see what you cannot yet see, and I love you too much to let you walk into a trap with your eyes closed. Do not try to skip this. Your heart has been generous, your hands have been open, and your trust has been a bridge you built carefully, brick by brick, for someone you believed would walk across with respect. But the wind tonight carries whispers of a deal made in a shadowed room, a conversation stitched together with flattery and false smiles. I am not telling you this to make you afraid, I am telling you this so you remain awake, wise, and unshakable. I am telling you this so you do not exchange your crown for crumbs at the table of a liar. I am here, and I am for you, and I will not allow the plan against you to prosper if you will listen to me and stand in the light. You have felt it, the ache that crawls across your chest when a voice you know well suddenly sounds like a stranger. You have noticed the pauses, the eyes that do not stay long enough on yours, the laughter that somehow lands on the wrong note. You told yourself you were imagining it, that perhaps you were tired, or overly sensitive. But the truth is gentler and braver than you feared, the senses I placed in you are ringing for a reason. The person you trust has been walking two paths, smiling at you while measuring your steps, applauding your progress while calculating their timing behind your back. Do not panic. Do not lash out. Do not become like them. Keep your spirit clear. I will show you where the footprints split. I will show you where their story changes. I will show you the key questions to ask and the door to close without slamming. You have heard doors shut before and you assumed you had failed. But some doors are mercies disguised as endings. Some silences are me preventing you from hearing the sentence that would have bound you in fear. Some delays are not punishments, they are protections in motion. There is a meeting that was being scheduled without you, a negotiation that uses your name as a stepping stone and your kindness as currency. They thought you would never notice. They thought you would sign anything put in front of you because you are so eager to keep the peace. But peace is not the same as appeasement. Peace is not purchased by sacrificing your dignity. Peace has a backbone. Peace has a voice. Peace knows how to say no when no is holy. Do not try to skip this, because what I am placing in your spirit now is an armor made of wisdom. I am gathering the loose threads of confusion and spinning them into a cord of clarity you can hold in your hand. You will not drown in this. You will not break beneath this weight. You will not be defined by someone else's secret arrangement. Lift your head. Breathe. I have already stepped into the room where your name was spoken without honor, and I have already unseated the lie that was about to be written as truth. I am not late. I am not distant. I am as near as the breath forming on your lips. Say this quietly to yourself: I am protected, I am guided, I am not for sale. Let these words settle into your bones like warm light at dawn. Listen to me, I want you to remember who taught you to love in the first place. I did. I want you to remember who taught you to forgive and who taught you to discern. I did. I never asked you to let your guard be the price of your kindness. I never asked you to ignore what your spirit hears. I never asked you to water dead soil that refuses to receive truth. Yes, I ask you to love your neighbor, but I also ask you to love the house of your heart enough to keep out those who arrive with knives hidden in bouquets. You can love a person and still refuse their scheme. You can forgive a person and still cancel their access. You can pray for a person and still walk away from their table. I will help you draw the line with a steady hand. You feel guilt rising when you think about confronting what you know. That guilt is not from me. That guilt is the false echo planted by those who benefit from your silence. Courage has a quieter voice than panic, but it lasts longer. Courage is the candle that keeps burning after the wind has stopped performing. I am setting in you a wise courage. You will speak without trembling. You will ask the question that parts the fog. You will choose the boundary that keeps your future safe. You will not be pulled into a performance that cancels your purpose. I will put the right words on your tongue at the right time. Trust me with the cadence of your voice and the strength of your posture. The plan against you was stitched together with assumptions, that you would be too distracted to notice, too tired to check, too eager to agree. But you are awakening right now. You are becoming alert without becoming bitter, vigilant without becoming suspicious of everyone. I will not let your heart harden, I will let it become discerning. I am taking the softness of your love and pairing it with a flint of wisdom that cannot be faked. Some will say you have changed. In truth, you are returning to yourself, the self I crafted, the self who can see through sweetened poison, the self who can say yes with joy and no with confidence. I know the details that keep you up at night, the document you fear they've altered, the conversation they might be having at this very moment, the access you gave because you wanted to believe the best. I am already in the details. I am the God of the line item and the God of the ledger. I care about the commas and the signatures. I care about permissions and passwords. I care about the spare key and the duplicate file. I will nudge you to change what must be changed. I will highlight the paragraph that hides the trap. I will bring into the light what was hidden in the margins. Watch how the misprint becomes a mirror, how the accidental omission reveals intent. Watch how the timing of a phone call exposes the second plan. Watch how a question asked simply uncovers what hours of suspicion could not. Do not try to skip this. Sit with me for a moment. Your future is not hanging by their agreement. Your future is anchored in my promise. I did not bring you through seasons of scarcity to let a counterfeit friend bankrupt your peace. I did not strengthen your hands only to watch you hand over the blueprint of your destiny to someone who cannot steward their own. You worry that protecting yourself means you are less loving. But love that never protects itself eventually has nothing left to give. I am teaching you a rhythm. Open hands with me. I am placing signs on your path. Pay attention to the strange apology that arrives before you ask for it. Pay attention to the sudden urgency to move forward quickly without your questions answered. Pay attention to the compliment wrapped in comparison. Pay attention to the request to keep something from the very people who should be in the room. These are the flashing lights on the road's edge. And when you see them, you will not second-guess your eyesight. You will slow down. You will step aside. You will change the terms. You will refuse the rush. I am not the God of panic signatures. I am the God of peaceable clarity. You wonder whether confronting this will make you lonely. But loneliness born of boundaries is not the same as isolation born of betrayal. The first is a hallway, and I will meet you there with new doors. The second is a locked basement. I am bringing new names into your story, voices that do not need to be convinced of your worth, hands that do not ask you to shrink to make them feel tall. Make room. As you release the seat saved for those who would sell you, you create space for those who would serve with you. You do not have to fear the empty chair. I have already invited someone worthy to sit there. Inside you is a child who learned to make peace to survive, who learned to keep quiet to be kept. I see that child and I bless them with safety. But I am growing you past survival into stewardship. Stewardship says, what is holy within me will not be bartered for short-term approval. Stewardship says, I can hold compassion without holding secrets that harm me. Stewardship says, I can be kind and still close the door. When you stand up for yourself, you are not turning away from love, you are turning toward the truth that keeps love honest. Let your spine rise. Let your lungs fill. You are not small. You are not naive. You are not at their mercy. You are in mine. Now listen closely, because I am giving you steps, simple, clear, steady. First, gather what is yours. Documents, passwords, proof of your work, evidence of your integrity. Not from fear, but from wisdom. Order is peace in motion. Second, observe without announcing. Watch how they respond when you kindly slow the process. Watch who rushes, who deflects, who suddenly speaks for you. Third, ask one direct question at a time. Not 3, not 5. 1. Let the silence after your question work for you. I will be in that silence. Fourth, write down what you know before the conversation so you do not forget the light when a storm of words tries to confuse you. Fifth, make your boundary and keep it simple. No essays. No justifications. A firm yes or no is a full sentence. Do not try to skip this, because choosing these steps is choosing yourself as I made you. I am not asking you to become suspicious of everyone. I am asking you to trust me with your eyes open. Hope with wisdom. Give with discernment. Forgive with boundaries. Bless without enabling. I will comfort the parts of you that ache when you say no. I will soothe the parts that tremble when you draw the line. I will sit with you afterwards and fill the room with my presence so that you do not mistake shivering for regret. And then you will feel it, the warmth of your own dignity returning, the steady rhythm of a life that no longer waits for permission to be safe.